This is Rummy's Corner.
Oleksandr Usyk did not look especially good against Rico Verhoeven. Usyk looked noticeably slower, he wasn't consistently using his trademark head and upper body movement, his feet looked a fair bit heavier, his reflexes were less than cat-like, and basically, his entire all-around fighting rhythm appeared flat. Is this the beginning of the end? Is this the end of the road for Oleksandr Usyk? Usyk had a lot of difficulty, to be sure. Rico had an unusually awkward style, so it is difficult to say whether it's because he's getting old and slowing down, or whether Rico's superior game plan left Usyk perplexed, or maybe it was just a matter of styles making fights, or perhaps even something as simple as Usyk just having an off night. Maybe some combination of these things. But whatever the case may be, at the end of the day, Usyk hung in there, and late in the fight he turned it up and made it count. First dropping Rico, and ultimately securing the stoppage victory. Usyk is at an age where, historically, heavyweight greats tend to be in decline. Athletes today can generally compete at an elite level longer than ever before, with advancements in sports medicine and technologies that benefit athletic performance and recovery. You see this in all sports. Top athletes are generally competing longer, and boxing being no exception, especially in the higher weights. Usyk may still have a number of years left at the top, but no matter how many years he has left, he is clearly past his best. Usyk will never be any younger or faster than he is right now. He can maybe perform better than he did against Rico, whether it be an off night or a clash of styles thing, but he is nearing the end of the road, even if he's not quite turned the final corner just yet. Time flies. It happens fast. Just last year, Usyk looked phenomenal in his rematch victory against Daniel Dubois at Wembley Stadium. Usyk systematically took him apart and broke him down before scoring a sensational highlight reel knockout victory. But in a day and age where elite heavyweights only typically fight once or twice a year, Usyk's poor performance maybe shouldn't come as a big surprise. After all, since moving up to heavyweight in 2019, Usyk has only had one fight every calendar year, every year, with the exception being 2024, when he had 2 fights against Tyson Fury. Beyond that, Usyk hasn't faced a wide variety of contenders at heavyweight. In reality, he has faced just 3. Dubois, Fury, and AJ, all of whom he beat not just once, but twice. We could stretch that and say he faced 4 if we include Derek Chisora, which I'd say is fair. Going into the fight with Rico, a lot of fans were expecting the type of thing we saw when AJ faced Ngannou, but instead it wound up looking more like when Fury struggled against Ngannou. Usyk and Fury are widely viewed as the 2 best heavyweights in the post-Klitschko era, and yet now each man has had his fair share of struggles against a boxing novice. Fury against Ngannou when he was dropped hard by a beautiful counter and barely escaped that one with a 10-round split decision that many believe Ngannou deserved to win. Then here again with Usyk, he had his fair share of struggles against Rico. To his credit, Usyk was never decked to the canvas like Fury, and Usyk rose to the moment late in the fight to secure the stoppage victory. But Fury was the one who was always inconsistent, running hot and cold. Usyk was the anti-Fury in that sense. The master boxer who was always exceptionally well prepared, physically and mentally. And on top of that, he has an elite ring IQ to go along with it all. But despite his towering ring intelligence, Usyk had a lot of trouble figuring out a guy who only won a single boxing fight way back when Obama was still president. The point here being, if Usyk and Fury are the best of this era, what does it say about the strength of this era when each man was pushed to the brink by some absolute novice from another sport? Especially since this era was already inherently weak due to overall lack of activity, with top fighters hardly fighting. If a 37-year-old kickboxer with virtually no modern boxing resume can push the division's kingpin to the absolute brink, it forces us to ask some very uncomfortable questions about the true depth and quality of this entire heavyweight era. Usyk's greatness at cruiserweight, a relatively new division, remains unquestioned. But when the dust finally settles on his career, his status as a proven top 10 all-time heavyweight giant may not be the historical slam dunk that many of his fans believe it to be. In that sense, maybe this should be the end of the road for Usyk. If Usyk has a change of heart and does decide to retire, not unlike what happened after Lennox Lewis beat Vitaly Klitschko by TKO 6, who could blame Usyk if he hangs him up now? But at the same time, there is potentially a lot of money to be earned should Usyk continue. Whatever he decides to do next, I really hope we could skip the whole Rico rematch idea. Rico already jumped in front of the line, received an unearned title shot, and he got stopped. No need to let him jump the line yet again. So if Usyk does continue, it is my hope that he faces the most deserving challenger out there right now, Agit Kabayel. Will it happen? Time will tell. What do you think? Is this the end of the road for Oleksandr Usyk? Please let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed and have a wonderful night. This is Rummy's Corner.